Good morning, everyone. I'm Christian Zen Idui from Group 1, Unit 1, Topic 2, which is titled The Muslim Ethnic Groups. Let us begin. First, let's talk about the Sama. The Sama is derived from the term sama-sama, which means togetherness or collective effort. They are highly dispersed and scattered in the Sulu archipelago. There are five subclusters: the Sama, which includes the Bajau, Sama Balingbing, Sama Simunol or Sama Sibuto, Sama Bangingi, and lastly the Jama Mapo. But first, let's talk about the Bajau. The Bajau are known as the sea gypsies because they spent most of their lives at boats or near the sea. The Bajau people call themselves the Sama Laut. They do not have a permanent community, and they also did not develop a political institution that could advance their society. Hence, that's why they are poor compared to the other subclusters. So, as I've said, the Bajau people are poor because in their community, they don't have any community leader that could help or lead them to prosper in a community. And why we don't see any Bajau children going to school, because in a Bajau family, there are roles and duties that each of them must do to survive. For example, the father will act as their leader, the mother will do the cooking, while the children do the miscellaneous stuff like gather firewood, help gather seafoods, and also fetch waters. And also, the Bajau society really suffers a high illiteracy rate. Less than 1% can read the Quran or Roman alphabet. Next, let's talk about the Sama Balimbing. These people are the one who inhabited Tawi-Tawi and are called by their place of residence. They also claim that they are the origin of all Sama subgroups that were scattered throughout the Sulu archipelago. So, these subclusters inhabited most major islands of Tawi-Tawi, while in the mainland, the Sama concentration is confined to Balimbing and Sapasapa. These people have high levels of literacy rate compared to the other subgroups. Almost every Sama barangay in the mainland has public schools. There are also high institutional learning such as the MSU Tawi-Tawi, the Tawi-Tawi Regional Agriculture College. Next, let's talk about the Sama Bangingi. They are also considered to be a major group within the Sama ethnic group. Their dialect is just a variation of the Sama language. But unlike the Bajau, the Bangingi are highly exposed to Filipino society and its institution. Majority of them studied in Filipino schools and even managed to occupy key position in the government. So, they are also well developed in social organization comparable to the Taoso, but unfortunately, they failed to build their own school, political parties, and business that could affect their society. The Bangingi are good sailors and is the first group in this country to reach Bengal Bay and explore the Indian Ocean. They also discovered the connection of Sulu area, the Straits of Malacca, and the Indian Ocean, and most of the Sultanate expedition to Visayas and Luzon were commanded by the Bangingi warriors. Now let's talk about the last subcluster, which are called the Jama Mapon. The term Mapon stands for west, hence they call themselves Jama Mapon because they are located at the distant of West Sulu. They are concentrated largely at the Turtle Island, Cagayan de Tawi-Tawi, an island located at the border adjacent to Sabah. They are also located at southern Palawan. They call their dialect Pulun Mapon, which is part of the Sama language. Just like Bangingi, they have permanent settlements, hence they have clear-cut social organization. So, during the Sulu Sultanate period, the Jama Mapon used to be of a military strategic importance to the Sultanate, while now the whole Cagayan de Tawi-Tawi is recognized as a local government unit. With this, the Jama Mapon have been subjected to central control from Manila since the days of Philippine Commonwealth government. Now, let's talk about the Sangil. They came from an archipelago sprawling the Celebes Sea called Sangihe. They migrated to Sarangani province, the coastal areas of Davao del Sur, and South Cotabato. Their language is similar to Bahasa and Tausug. So, the Sangil also evolved their own social organization associated with central leadership. which enables them to wage battle against Dutch and the Spanish colonialism. The Sangil also have high political and Islamic consciousness and are active in the struggle for self-determination as a part of their strategy to have their culture and social institution to be preserved and developed further. Now let's talk about the Kagan. Some may call them Kalagan, mostly inhabited Davao areas. They've become Muslims as a result of contact with the Maguindanao Sultanate and with the arrival of some Tausug group, who helped them strengthen and organize the Kaagan society. So the word Kagan, Kaagan, Kalagan came from the native word Kaag, which means fellow, and the other meaning of it is to inform or secrecy, because they bring news and warn their other neighboring tribes of any type of attacks from other ethnic groups. Lastly, let's talk about the Kolibugan. The term Kolibugan is the Sama word which means mixed breed. They inhabit the Zamboanga Peninsula, southern Zamboanga del Norte, and some parts of Zamboanga del Sur. Their neighbors, particularly the Sama-Bangingi and the Tausug, call this Islamized Subanon as Kolibugan because their culture has been altered by their Muslim neighbors, and for years there has been intermarriage with other groups that produce new generations, hence they are called Kolibugan. Their language is Subanon and they retain the Subanon type of organization. So originally, the Kolibugan are part of the Subanon ethnic groups, but due to their culture being altered by the Muslims, and for years they have been intermarriage with other groups, they have separated from the Subanon and became Kolibugan, but they still retain the Subanon language and their type of organization. So overall, the Bajau live a nomadic boat life and face significant poverty and illiteracy. Other Sama groups like the Sama Balimbing and Sama Sibuto are more settled and have higher literacy rates. The Bangingi have a strong historical presence but struggle with modern institutional development, while the Jama Mapun are well organized and historically significant but under central control. The Sangil, originally from Sangihe, embraced Islam and achieved political recognition with Sarangani province. The Kaagan and the Kolibugan reflect a blend of indigenous and Muslim influence. So the gist of this report has shown us different Muslim ethnic groups and explained where they came from, what they were before, and how they became Muslims. It is important to know the different ethnic groups and broaden our knowledge about them, maybe help them preserve and develop their community. That's all. Thank you.